Welcome everyone to the LEC post-game lobby. I'm Shox and I'm joined by Dracos and by Trymbi. Trymbi, of course, the newest addition to Rogue, and Rogue just punched their tickets to finals weekend to play G2. Congratulations, Trymbi.
Hello.
Hi.
Very nice to be here and to actually win a series. Yeah.
Well, you can't make it to PGL usually if you don't win the series.
So
That's
it's nice.
it's kind of how it is. So as we take a look at some of the replays, tell me about your experience in the series today versus Schalke04.
I think we were adapting well during the series, I think, and we are trying to find options or picks that can be good versus Schalke and to counter how they want to play, their playstyle. And I felt like it went our way. Obviously, I think game 2 maybe it looked like we were kind of lost because the game 2 was really hard to play out, but it was just because of how much engage they had. Even though I was playing Gragas and we had some disengage, they had so much engage that we were just not able to counter it and play versus it.
When you say that you're trying to figure out how to play versus how Schalke likes to play, what is that? What is Schalke's style that you were trying to counter?
I think Schalke playstyle in this playoffs was to pick as much hard engage as possible with champs like Kai'Sa and just try to all in right, maybe Hecarim or Alistar, Rel or the Nocturne that they showed and was really annoying, and just try to pick up one person, try to make fiesta around teamfight, and the lights will turn off and Kai'Sa might try to catch somebody and the game might be over due to that.
Yeah, that is what happened, of course, in game 2. I also wanted to look specifically at the final fight around Dragon of this last game. You said you had a couple of things to say about that. We thought you absolutely smurfed it. It's going to be up on the big screen, I believe. So yeah, there it is. So we're going to roll it right now. Talk to me about this fight.
Well, so basically we're looking to combo with Odo and me to try to get a, 3-man, 5-man ult. Unfortunately, Odo got stopped, but due to this, I could get a clean engage off because Gragas focused on cannon instead of on me. And yeah, it just looked really clean. Even though we wanted to combo us two, right? Odo, Amna and me. Yeah, we somehow made it without him, and maybe he was sad due to that because he really wanted to get some damage off.
That Smeb
because he was playing a really big weak side for the whole series, so I'm pretty sure he wanted to get at least a little bit of damage on them. But yeah, he helped me out and set me up to actually get this playoff.
And you were actually saying that you were in the same situation earlier, and you said you learned from that and you played it differently.
Yeah, basically, we're trying to do the same combo during the third Drake when they stole it and they backed off. But if we managed to actually get the combo off, I think it would be the same result. But unfortunately, we couldn't really focus on communicating between each other, between me and Odo, to actually engage at the same time. So one can enable the other to actually be able to win. So someone had to int. I wanted to int the team fight so he can smurf it, but unfortunately he was too far to actually engage and follow me up. So it would be a BG if I engaged and everyone would die. So I didn't want to do that, and we tried to adapt to it and go for that on the next fight around Drake.
I see.
I like this this angle of adaptation, and especially mid-game adaptation, because I know it's something that can be very difficult to do, especially in this high-pressure stage scenario. How much of this do you think changed from your previous series, this ability to adapt, this ability to be really confident in making these plays and adjusting your play style on the fly? What's the biggest difference for you when it comes to team comms from the last series you played and this series today?
The team comms didn't change that much. Maybe we have right now some picks that we wouldn't pick before, but it was more about the communication that we had during the series against Mad Lions and now against Schalke. Because basically, I'm a rookie and I was saying a lot last series and I'm not so proud about it. I said a lot of stuff that was not useful, and I have to admit, and I was basically flattering the comms and making it too noise and too too hype, because I was just hyped about playing in LEC studio. Actually, it was 2 years since I've been on the not studio but on the stage itself. So yeah, it was. Right now I think we're quite patient and chill, even though it's still I'm still kind of hyping up some stuff, or others are saying too much and we're like talking too much during the game because we want to help, right? But it's for sure so much better than the series against Mad Lions, because now we actually know what to do and we're trying to make everyone be able to speak if they think that it's the best to speak in this particular situation, and like just have a discussions actually, because before it was all about, from my point of view, I was giving a bit too much info and people couldn't focus about what I'm saying and how to plan at the same time. So right now it's just easier.
Yeah, that's super interesting. How did you come to the conclusions that you did about what you had to change? Was it yourself after that series? Was it the team? And because it's not always easy to tell someone that they're doing something wrong, right? So how did that come about?
For sure, teammates tried to like help me out with it because they knew that I'm kind of a newcomer. So obviously I might have troubles with it. And for sure, the stage didn't help it as well. But also the coaching staff really helped me out with it. They tried to make it more chill, tried to help me out with understanding how I'll feel during the stage. So we got some, like 1 week more of practice that was actually more useful than before, right? Versus Mad Lions. So I could feel like I'm on stage. And that helped for sure. I was trying to, to actually listen to people instead of giving too much info, and I guess it works because we win. We won.
Very valuable skill in life as well, not just in teams. You got to be able to listen.
It's very true, and I like that the adaptation came so quickly. I was nervous because Odo brought this up on Euphoria, and this feels like a very difficult thing to replicate, the stage environment. But it's really cool that Rogue were able to help you, that Rogue were able to help you work on something that is hard to replicate in scrims. Scrims are much more free-flowing. Scrims can be 20 kills in 5 minutes, you know?
Yeah, that's for sure. And we kind of like to laugh about some stuff during the game, etc. After the good team fight, we can laugh about how bad someone played or like, you know, what happened. But yeah, at some point we need to like think about adapting to actually playing on stage, and to think about the fact that it's our practice, so it's on us how we want to make use of the practice itself.
Absolutely, that is so important. I have good news for you. I think it paid off because you are the Kia player of the series with 40% of the votes. Congratulations.
Okay. I guess engaging one time with Rel is a good thing.
It was hard because, as you say, Odo was playing weak sides.
I do think you sell yourself short, though, because I think that game 1, you played the Ashe Rel lane pretty well. Now, you were set up for success there. Now, game 3, you denied so many limit engages. Between you and Larson, I think he maybe W'd 1 time successfully across the entire game as Rel. So don't sell yourself short. Like, obviously, people are always going to lean towards the carries for the most part. Hansama got a couple solo kills, but clutch engages win the day, and Medic's going to be very proud. He's advocating for supports all the time.
I got to chat a little bit with Medic, so that was nice between series.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
Really nice.
The supports being able to talk to each other, that's always very good. So you're attributing the win to Medic?
Don't say that. No, he doesn't need that ego.
I mean, I would say that supports, they don't need buffs, but they could be appreciated a little bit more. Especially in LEC, I think in LEC there are a lot of good supports. Maybe I will become one day, but there are already a lot of good supports right now.
Medic's definitely been talking to
Right. You are a good support. You just beat Schalke. You're going to finals weekend. You're a good support.
Yeah, you're good.
I appreciate the humble thing. Everyone comes up here and is humble. You're a good support. Don't sell yourself short. Except for Odo. Odo's not as humble.
Also, in terms of supports, like you got the player of the series, but Limit got it like 2 days ago, and then Kaiser got it yesterday, I believe, and then the week before someone.
It's kind of about supports as well. They can do a lot, like in this particular like meta, and you can play around it as well. Really nice, cause it's all about if you want to play this Rel Alistar and you can be the shining guy, or maybe you want to play something different, right? There are champs like I don't know Seraphine or this kind of stuff. You can put it on support and. Wow, these champs are not balanced, so if you can play them as well, or even the Senna, right? I got to play some Cho'Gath, and even though no one plays it, like I felt so useful when I could play these champs, and yeah, I hope I can play some more, because today in all the games it was banned, so let's see. And maybe some trash. Would be nice to play some trash. I used to be an OTP, so.
I respect it. I imagine it will be banned. I'm sorry to tell you. But maybe, just maybe you'll get to play it in that weekend up against G2. I am curious because I think that you're right that the quality of supports has gone up significantly, because for a long time it did feel like Hylissang, Mickey X, and maybe like 1 or 2 other people. But now you've got Limit taking down Hillisang, you've got you taking down Limit, you've got Kaiser stepping up. What do you attribute this kind of like big rise in the quality of supports in EU to? Are there a ton of, I mean, you have a ton of experience in the regional leagues as well. Are there a lot of promising young support talents, or are we just lucky to have so many talented players?
For sure, there are a lot of good supports right now in ERLs that you should look out, watch out and try to like see how they're doing, because that's kind of how I got to like the Rogue management and like to the Rogue team itself, like to the academy, because I was trying to play well and I guess I did it. So yeah, there are a lot of them, and I think in LEC itself there are good supports as well, right? Right now it's easier to see and like to appreciate them because it's meta. It's meta also for them. I'm not saying it wasn't before, but now it's a little bit easier to like shine as support.
Yeah.
So really nice that everyone appreciates them. But I still think like before, like last split or something, you could appreciate already Limit or other players. You just didn't get to maybe because they couldn't really shine and like show how good they are.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. In a meta like this, you can actually notice what the supports are doing. Not that they're otherwise doing nothing, but you know, when you see like a fantastic flash pulverize or whatever, or a great rel engage, then you're like, ah, yes, this is
quite broken, and yeah, nice.
This is what we want. Final question, maybe before we move on. You said it. You came up through AGO Rogue, and you came up through the ERL system, and it was quite a shock to a lot of people that you were the support for Rogue starting this season as they parted ways with Vander. I can imagine that must have put a decent amount of pressure on your shoulders as well. Can you tell me about how that was in the beginning and how it's evolved, and how at home you're feeling in the Rogue lineup right now?
Okay, well, basically, I think first weeks it was hard to get through, but it was more about pressure that I put, maybe, instead of the ones that people were putting, because I replaced Vander. I knew that it's gonna happen, right? And I saw some, like, I was looking how people would react to like me coming there and like playing, and I know that I didn't play well during the first weeks, and it kind of was going through the whole split, because I don't think I played the best split of my life, right? Like from the all splits I've got to play, and I know that people could be thinking that I'm bad or like I'm not playing the way I should, and like I'm not deserving to be here or anything. I was doubting as well, like this split, but this series was really nice to like try to get rid of it, and still I'm not like the best support like in EU or anything, but it's really nice that I could actually show up in these games. Like it was not that much because I think the whole team was playing really well and it was just a team defy, I would say. But I still got to play something, got to try some stuff, and yeah, it was really nice this series.
Yeah, I love that. You're introspective, but you don't want to be too overconfident or whatnot. I think we definitely follow you. When we followed your story, we thought, oh, first couple of games, maybe not the best. I remember. Was it Thresh or something?
It was set. You died.
Yeah.
You died.
It
There was a couple.
I mean, that Thresh game versus
deaths.
Madlands is a disaster, absolute disaster.
But we were immediately saying, this is the first games he's playing. And then after, what was so cool is that what I liked immediately is that you were very aggressive. And I always like it when new players, and especially support, are willing to make the plays, are willing to make the fringe picks in picks and bans and just pick something that is not completely standard, because that shows much more promise, I feel like, than always playing too careful and always playing the meta. And you were saying actually just before that you will try not to handshake on the picks. You'll try and pull out something different to show what you're made of.
Yeah, from my point of view, it's that right now the meta is a lot about draft currently, and I feel like if you can get the draft edge, even by picking a really weird support that maybe will be a little bit better than a meta champ, I will probably suggest it, and if I can, and if I'm able to play this champ, I'll just say that, yeah, you can pick me that if you think about it, but if not, yeah, I'm fine, because during the split, we're trying a lot of stuff. As you could see, that I had a little bit of a champion pool technically played out, and yeah, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I don't agree with the fact that every time it's good to do that, and sometimes you should just go for the meta champs. That's why I was trying in this series to play the champs that I think are the most comfortable for me. They are good in meta, and that they can help out the team the most, because sometimes I might be overreacting and like trying to overthink about what champ can be the best in this specific situation. And it's not about that. It's not like we're playing against robots or something, and we're robots itself. We're humans, so it's sometimes you will make mistakes and you can make use of these mistakes. So yeah, sometimes you just need to take it and play the Alistar Rel matchup, and yeah, you might win, you might not.
Do you recommend the Twitter debate of yesterday about the draft and the robots? I love that he brought that up.
I like it. The thing that I'm really liking, and I just have to know, is that you're very humbled. I feel like you're selling yourself short. You don't want to like overstate your accomplishments, right? And one, I respect that attitude. But I got to know, you're facing your G2 next weekend. It's a big deal. It's a big opponent. I'm sure it's going to be, high pressure scenario. But Mickey X, I think, despite a difficult performance against Mad, still most likely probably undisputed #1 overall as support. Do we get trymbi on PGL if you win, popping off telling us you're a top support? Because the fact that you don't consider yourself a top support yet is super surprising me. But if you beat Mickey in a best of 5, will you then finally, like, will you feel like you've earned that? Will you feel like you deserve to be amongst the top?
I have to admit, I wouldn't say so, honestly, because it's still as everyone is backing to playing on stage, right? I'm a person that didn't play on stage for such a long time, and I don't have experience as well on the stage. And you can see that G2 might be struggling, right, on stage, and like with how they played with the meta right now itself. And yeah, I mean, if we beat G2, I won't be saying I'm not gonna say that I'm the best support or like I'm right after Kaiser because he won against him too or something.
Yeah.
It's just Mickey is a really insane support, and for sure he's struggling a bit right now, right, with the stage and everything. But I think he will come back stronger because this guy is just insane, and I hope that he will come back stronger. So if I can match the Mickey that is strong, like on stage, and I can be toe-to-toe versus him and maybe win even, yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah, Draco's trying to beat you.
Honestly, you're an interview genius. You simultaneously have avoided the bait, praised your opponent, given credit where credit's due, and hyped up that if you can win against a full-strength Mickey, that it's still a big deal.
It's great.
You're the Smurf here,
You're
Trymbi.
doing great, Trymbi. So let's take a look at the bracket then. At the end of round 2, the Mad Lions, G2, and Rogue are all still in it. But it does mean that G2 will be facing Rogue in the semifinals, technically it is called.
Yes, nice matchup.
And then the winner will go up versus the Mad Lions. First up, we talked about Mickey in isolation already. Talk to me about G2. You saw them yesterday. They got beaten by the Mad Lions.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Well, I think Mad Lions has the best read on the meta currently, at least in EU. So I'm sure G2 has had a rough time playing against them. And you could clearly see it, that they couldn't match the way they played. And yeah, it is what it is, but it's G2 at the end.
Yeah.
And yeah, they have insane players, and they will probably prepare versus us. And I don't think the fact that we actually did Rogue even win one like single game or series?
I think he won one best of one.
Because I don't remember.
It was like 9. It's not good. I cannot remember off the top of my head if Rogue has won a game yet or not, but it's not flattering, is what I will tell you.
It's not like they will be insanely scared, but I think we might have the better read on the meta than G2 has right now.
Yeah.
So it can be for sure beneficial, and I hope that we can try to improve even better. So if we win versus G2, maybe we can like even try to face the read on the meta that Mad Lions have right now.
Actually, it was a really close best of 5 in summer, I believe, between G2 and Rogue, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was 2-3, right?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So good. But that was
it's regular season where it never goes for Rogue.
Regular season is hard because there's also like a nightmare game you had versus G2. I think the match of the week, like in week 8 or something. Just like Larson's worst game in his career or something.
I mean, yeah, we died early. It was over.
It was over. It was over. It's going to be different. In this
one best of one.
Past,
you got 5 chances basically.
But I think we can for sure beat G2, and I think we're confident about it. Maybe after the Mad Lions game, from my point of view, I was not too confident if we like can beat like the winner of Schalke and Fnatic, right? Because it was quite hard to get back to the like confidence and the way we wanted to play after the series. But after the series today, there are still doubts, right? We didn't play the best League of Legends. We had quite a bit of mistakes, and we are not playing perfectly. But I think we're a really good team, and I hope that this week can be even better in terms of practice, and that we can face G2 and actually win the series.
I'm super excited to see a Rogue with another week of practice under your belt and learnings from this week. It's going to be really hyped next week. Trymbi, I'd like to take a selfie with you. You can stay there because of COVID. We need to keep our distance. But Okay, let me see.
This is the best part.
Boomer.
You guys at home don't realize this, but this is like single-handedly the least comfortable 20 seconds of a host's life. It's like trying
love taking
You know, I know the 20.
selfies.
That's good, but trying to get your phone's camera on if it's like slow at all.
Okay, we're doing it this way.
Uh,
But
Wait,
you
wait,
just
no.
gotta. You have to like.
Like this. I'll just turn it so that
Okay.
you're
You're
more
good.
important than my face. Okay.
I'm gonna lean back. Let's get
Ready?
more Trymbi, less Dracus.
All right, we got it. Great. Thank you so much, Trymbi. You did a fantastic job. We'll see
Yeah,
you
you killed
next
it, dude.
week. And for everyone at home, that was all from us in the LEC. Across the ocean, though, TSM and Hunter Thieves are about to play in the LCS Spring Playoffs. We'll be right back. No, not right back. We'll be right back here next week for G2 versus Rogue, and then the finals, Mad Lions versus who knows on Sunday.
Trymbi.
See you then.
Thank you very much for having me.
Of course, man. Thank you for coming.